So looking into Herrera's Garcia's paper. This paper was done to examine the intergovernmental collaborative work uh, for the eMexico program using the structuration theory. So the intergovernmental collaborative work are usually done as they have more common goals and their main aim is to deliver successful outcomes. The paper looks into the effects on portal design and content due to the differences in initial characteristics of the two pillars, um, especially e-learning and e-health under the eMexico program. So in this paper, we see that they base the approaches from the technology determinism and the social aspects of technology and its interaction with human agencies. So in Gideon's theory, we see that the technology as material influences organizational processes, and organizational members shapes the results of technology. But Gideon studies a more generalized view of interaction between individual and society. But in Orlikovsky's study, the technology structure is more dynamic, and the frequency where the frequency in an individual use its context and the abilities of the people has an impact on the way the emerging technologies um, are used. So the human actions shape and modify the technology, and the technology in practice, it depends on the norms uh, such as the values and all, and the environment and the interpretive schemes, as in the prior knowledge that they have gained through experience. So this study is a case study on e-health and e-learning of the eMexico program. So the eMexico program was introduced to reduce disparities uh, among the population, because it has been found that there is low level of connectivity, um, especially internet access in the urban and the rural areas. So the federal government of Mexico created it to reduce the digital divide between people with different levels of accessibility in information communication technologies. So this program was introduced to increase in accessibility to education, health, government, economy, and tourism. The program splits into three main components: connectivity, contents, and systems. So this program looks into this study looks into the content, and it analyzed the content through the collaborative work of the multi organizations participating. So the most pressing issue in implementing eMexico program was connectivity, uh, especially the technological infrastructure, and also uh, converting the contents into Spanish. So the Ministry of Communications and Transportation took care of the connectivity. So once that was taken care of, uh, the data collection for the analysis was done through semi-structured interviews and document analysis. So through the analysis, for e-learning pillar, they find that the sector was considered to be complex as the objectives was not clear, and since e-learning pillar, the portal appeared to be very much in line with online education. Uh, there was no commonality in their goal, since all the organization had their own um, approaches to online education. So in this case, they did not create a new portal, but they published their contents in a portal. So this pillar was focused more on the promotion of digital culture instead of bringing the digital divide among the different uh, governments or the agencies participating, and this pillar became more of a social than technological in nature. So the result is not to build a new portal. About 2,000 content sites and links published in a portal, education and learning as the main point of action, not the portal for exchange of knowledge or sharing of knowledge and information. Um, so this e-learning pillar, if you look into Orlikovsky's technology in practice, it falls under inertia implementation as no change occurred in the institution's forms, as in norms or values, uh, those which participated in this collaborative work. But for e-health pillar, we see that there is a creation of web portal together, uh, and they did end up publishing their own links. Um, they did well with the e-health pillar with their collaborative work because they had a um, clear goal where their main goal was to inform citizens and as well as share information, and this portal was used as a point for as a vehicle for sharing information, knowledge, experiences, ideas, and how introduction of new machines, um, information by one hospitals, when they learn about that new machine, they also shared it with the corresponding or the participating hospitals and or other health organizations, and there is this exchange of knowledge. So this shows that in the e-health pillar did had a more application implementation of the collaborative work, and they used the portal um, as an application